Hi everyone, my name is Akshya Kaure. I'm a nature and animal communicator, which means I can speak to plants, animals, and other species and have two-way conversations with them. Animal communication is an extremely useful skill that I believe we should all develop, not just to connect with our own animals but the entirety of nature. It is not limited to just cats, dogs, or domesticated animals. In fact, it is interspecies communication, which means that we can actually have two-way conversations with the entirety of nature, be it plants, animals, landscapes. We believe in the concept that everything that exists is a form of energy, and hence we are able to transfer information and understand how these other elements of nature feel. So it's an extremely important skill, and it not only helps us understand our animals but it also helps us understand ourselves. It's a spiritual practice for most of us who practice it regularly. And hence, in this video, I'm going to share with you a few things that have helped me become a better and a more confident communicator. While communication and intuitive communication is a very simple skill, so to say, however, it does take practice for us to become confident. The main reason for this being that it is an extremely intangible skill. So, no matter how much you practice, the intangibility aspect of it really never wears off. And we just have to get used to the fact that when we do communicate with plants and animals, it is often going to feel like it's our own thoughts, it's our own imagination, or we are making things up. And that is one of the biggest obstacles most of us communicators face, which is to trust the communication. So, the first thing I would like to share is just working on that trust factor. I know it can be scary, and especially for us because we are so trained to look at the logical things, we are so trained to look for tangible things at all times, that just trusting our intuition and trusting what the animal is sharing with us, it being so intangible, can really be something that can break our confidence. And still, I request all of you to work on your trust. Trust whatever the animal shares with you. Begin with really basic things so that even if you're wrong, it's not going to create a negative impact on the animal or on yourself. So start with basic conversations, but ensure that you trust everything your animal shares with you. Let it flow very freely without constantly questioning everything you have received. Even if you feel like you have made it up, or even if you feel like this is something that you have received because of your past experience, it is perfectly all right. However, begin to trust the communication and whatever your animal is sharing with you. The second thing that has helped me a lot is actually to understand how my animal sees me. Oftentimes, we are so focused on what we expect our animals to do or what we should do to provide our animals with the best possible life, that we forget that our animals also have a side of the relationship that they share with us. They may perceive us in a certain way, they may have certain expectations from us, and intuitive communication can give us the ability to understand their perception of us and the relationship that they share with us. So one thing that has really helped me a lot is to communicate with my animals to understand how they perceive me, what they see me as, what part do I play in their life. Am I just a caregiver? Am I a friend? Am I a parent figure? What is it that I am to them? And understanding their perception of the relationship has truly helped me understand how I can communicate better with them. If you're finding it difficult to ask questions, one thing that has helped me a lot, and I would recommend you guys to also try it out, is to imagine yourself as your animal and then write like a letter or write an essay on how you as the animal perceives the human. So you isolate yourself from being the human, you put yourself in the shoes of the animal, and then you write down what the animal feels about you as an important aspect of your life. Trust me, once you've figured out what your animal sees you as, your relationship will really change for the better, and there will be an increased respect and an increase in communication between the animal and you, because the animal also really appreciates the fact that we took out the time to understand what role we play in their life, rather than just constantly taking on this position of being the caregiver and constantly only striving to do the best and that too, that best is from our perception. So understanding their perception has really helped me also understand my ability as a communicator better, and how I could communicate with my animals and other elements of nature in a much better and a free flowing manner. The third thing that really helps is observation. While intuitive communication is definitely based on the exchange of energy and it is at an energetic level, observing our animals at a physical level through their body language, through their habits, through their behaviors can also help us understand intuitive side of the communication. Communication is everything put together. We can't isolate it saying that okay, it's only intuitive, it's only energetic, because we are communicating at all levels, whether it's physical, whether it's spiritual, energetic, emotional. There's constant exchange of information happening. So as we work on our intuitive skills, it is also important to work on our physical skills of communication through subtle changes in their energy or their body language, through their actions, and through their repeated patterns and behaviors that can help us understand them better and also help us communicate with them better at an energetic and an intuitive level. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful. If you have further steps that have helped you become a better communicator, please do mention them in the comment section below. Until the next video, bye bye.